Hey guys, in my last review I said I would be doing a review on the Death of the Family story arc tie-ins, but this isn't going to be, a review of the tie-ins. I just wanted to get this video out because of just the news I just, heard or read about. And by the title of this video, it's already titled The Ending of Batman Incorporated issue number 8. Now, I will be spoiling the ending of Batman issue number 8. I have not read it yet. I have read, the ending, or basically what's going to be happening in that issue, the major turning point in that issue. Something big is going to come up, and I don't want to spoil it for you guys. That's why I titled it The Ending of Batman issue number 8, Batman Incorporated issue number 8. So I will be discussing my thoughts and feelings on, what's going to be happening in that issue. So if you guys don't want to, hear the spoiler from me, you can go check it out on DC Comic Books website. It's already been spoiled over there. It's already titled in the article. It spoils right in the article already, what happens in issue number 8. But for those of you who already found the news about this or heard about it and want to ask me or are wondering how am I feeling about this, because I know some of you are going to ask me, then here we are. And already you can tell behind me, this is a whole bunch of stuff that has to deal with one of the characters in the Bat family. Now, for the people who have been wanting a death in the Bat family for the Death of the Family story arc, we are getting that, but not, in Scott Snyder's words, but Grant Morrison's words. And like I said, right behind me, you can tell that this is all Damian stuff. And in this video, I will be discussing the death of Damian Wayne. Now, when I first heard about this, it was on Facebook. I saw they were basically showing a preview of Batman Incorporated issue number 8, and so there's something big that's going to be happening. And seeing the cover already ahead of time, you saw Damian Wayne doing the same pose as Batman, or Bruce has done in Batman R.I.P. And in front of the issue, it also says R.I.P., but with Robin's logo on it, and Damian doing the same pose. So for me, I was thinking, something bad's going to happen to Damian, but he's not going to die, But in Grant Morrison's words, he said it himself, it's not a joke, it's not, fun and games, this is true. This is absolutely, absolutely true. Came from Grant Morrison's mouth itself, or typed out, I don't know where. But he has stated that basically Damian's run as Robin has run its course. Damian as a character has run its course. He's run full circle, and it's time for him to go. And Damian's going to die. Now, my first initial reaction to this, I was pissed. I was frustrated, I was upset, I was preparing for Alfred's death, not Damian's death. I think a lot of people were already preparing for it after reading Batman Incorporated, and I kind of, had the feeling about it, but I thought, yeah, it's not going to happen, They can't kill Damian, if they do, well, what are they going to do next? But it happened, and I was really, really, really upset about it, but I didn't want to do an initial review or my thoughts on it by just ranting. This is not going to be a rant video, if you guys were expecting one. But I calmed down a little bit, I sat down, I thought about, what was going on. I read Grant Morrison's interview to see more insight from Grant Morrison himself, because he created Damian, and he introduced him in Batman and Son right here in 2006. And from thus on, Damian has been part of the Bat family as Bruce Wayne's legal and full-blooded son. He is Bruce's son, coming from Talia al Ghul herself. Now, he was first introduced in Batman and Son, and at first, I hated Damian. I didn't like him. He was snobby, snotty little brat who was violent, who pissed off everybody in the Bat family, mostly, almost. He made fun of everybody, he criticized everybody, he talked down to Tim Drake, and that was the one thing that basically has still, to this day, is still in conflict between Damian and Tim Drake, is that they hate each other still. They still don't like each other. They're still at each other's throats every single time they see each other. And, from that point on, he tried to kill Tim Drake in Batman's Son, honestly, and he did that only to take the place of Robin, thinking that if he killed the current Robin, he will be the new Robin. He is a successor to Robin's throne, basically. And, that's what made me hate Damian. He was a dick, But as his run with not Tim Drake, but his run with Dick Grayson as Batman in Batman and Robin right here, which was phenomenal. It was great. Grant Morrison's run on Batman and Robin was amazing. If you guys have not checked that out yet, please check it out. I have so much to talk about in in that sense. But I don't want to talk about this. Is main focus is on Damian right now. But also, like, all these comic books that are right here, besides maybe Batman Incorporated issue number 5, just go check it out. Batman's Son, Batman and Robin with Grant Morrison. Just pick up the Grant Morrison run on Batman. He has done a pretty good job. He's a pretty decent job. He's doing Batman Inc., but is leaving now after maybe issue number 8, or I think issue number 9 or 10. I forgot which one, but he's leaving and he's seeing what, you know, other people are going to do with it. But as of now, like I said, I'm going to focus on Damian. Yeah, he was introduced in Batman's Son. Then he partnered up with Dick Grayson, and you know, Dick Grayson kind of lightened up the tone of Damian. He was still dark in his run with Dick Grayson as Batman. He was Robin, but a darker version of Robin. And basically, initially, these characters switched roles. Dick Grayson, when he was Robin, he was the happy, you know, holy cow, Batman! You know, he said those kind of catchphrases and lines, and he was always so happy, and he, you know, brought out the sense of, you know, the inner darkness of Batman into a more lighter tone. That was his sense of Robin. But with Damian as Robin, he was more darker. He was like almost like his father, but more violent and more aggressive. Like, he's willing to pass that line to kill someone, and he has done that a few times. But as his run with Dick and as Batman, it slowly grew on him that these two basically good characters, you know, Dick Grayson and Damian, they bounced off each other. Dick Grayson was the lighter tone Batman. Damian was a darker Robin, and this still kept the same tone as this is why Batman and Robin exist, or why Robin exists, or, you know, vice versa. That Batman will always need a Robin to lighten up the tone, but as in Dick Grayson, he's always happy, he's always trying to be optimistic about things. So he tried to be a darker version of Batman. He tried to be Bruce, but he couldn't, you know, because that wasn't Dick Grayson. So he tried being himself, and in the end, it worked out because Damian was the darker one, and Dick was his brother. They grew together as characters, and basically, in the long run, they are considered as brothers together. You know, together as an arm, they're really close, those two. And, you know, that's what balanced everything out. Damian was darker, Dick was happy and more lighthearted, and it worked out in the end, and it was a phenomenal combination, in my opinion. I loved it. And in Batman and Robin, and I think in Batman Time and the Bat, I think, and Batman Incorporated, it was teased that the fact that in the future Damian Wayne would be Batman. As you can see right here in Batman Incorporated issue number 5, this is actually Damian in his full costume of Batman. He's actually bald in the future, and Batgirl, or Barbara Gordon, is actually back in a wheelchair. But in the future, Damian is supposed to be taking on the role of Batman. And in Batman Annual, or Batman and Robin Annual, which was really, really phenomenal, Batman and Robin Annual number 1, if you have not read that issue yet, please pick it up. It says the title, A New Dark Knight Rises, which is Damian Wayne wearing his iconic Batman costume that is going to come out in the future. But seeing as Damian's going to die, there is potential that he will become Batman in the future. He will come back maybe. But yeah, it was a good run. It just showed how Damian can be a Batman and how he is very much like his father in many, many ways, and he can handle his own. Damian is a smart kid. He was trained by the League of Assassins. He was a dark character that grew to be selfless. He was a selfless leader. Now he is a selfless person. I mean, he's still kind of a dickhead sometimes, but now he's more understanding. He cares about people more, and that's basically what I like about Damian now. And I apologize if you hear like a really loud noise in the background, but yeah, so I'm going to try to speak as loud as I can to basically overturn that whole entire loud noise. But Damian, yeah, I grew to love Damian. His character was so deep now. It's like to the point where you really do like this character. And Stephanie Brown, I would give a mention to her too. She has not appeared in a New 52 or the reboot yet, so I'm kind of upset that he hasn't shown up yet. But I would like to say that she had a role to play in Damian becoming a better person, because, you know, he called her fat girl. Like I said, he talked down to every person in that family. He tried to. With Stephanie Brown, even though he was talking down to her, she was still nice to Damian. She tried to bring out the inner kidness of Damian, and she successfully did it once or a few times in her run as Batgirl. You have not read her run as Batgirl, Try to find her issues on eBay. Don't buy the trades, they're really, really expensive. Try to find some way to read it. It's really, really great. Stephanie Brown's run as Batgirl is phenomenal. It's an amazing run. I love Steph Brown. My friend introduced me to Steph Brown, and I fell and grew to love her as well. But this is not about Steph Brown, this is about Damian. But yeah, Steph Brown did bring out the inner child-like kidness of Damian Wayne. As one time they started bouncing on one of those bouncy houses, and Steph Brown's laughing, and she's like saying, "Oh, dude, Damian, you're having such a good time. I know you're laughing. I know inside you're happy." And then Damian's like, "Shut up or I'll cut you." Like, that's like his basically favorite catchphrase or line is like, you know, "I will cut you. I will get a knife and cut you." He loves knives. Yeah, that's Damian. But yeah, so he, you know, Steph Brown has a role to play in it as well. Now, after saying that, you know, Damian Wayne's character development throughout the series, I have to talk about Bruce. Now, Bruce Wayne, when he found out about Damian, he was shocked. He was, you know, he didn't know what to do, basically. He still didn't know what to do up till the reboot. He was confused after he came back from his death, or from the past back to the present. He was confused. He didn't know what to do with Damian. He didn't know how to be a father. He tried to, and sometimes he failed and kind of hurt Damian in some kind of way. Damian always wanted to have his father acknowledge him. That's all he ever wanted. You know, that's all he ever wanted from Bruce. And in the later issues of Batman and Robin, he got that. He got Bruce's respect. He got his father he's dreamed of. You know, he's wanted in so long. He got hugs from Bruce. Bruce has hugged Damian ever since the reboot started. He's been hugging Damian like nonstop. He's been like that. In the Death of the Family story arc after the ending, he hugged Damian. He just grabbed him and just hugged him. He was the first one to go to, was Damian. Bruce went to Damian first. Everybody else in the Bat family, you're okay. I need to see if my son's okay. And Bruce, to me, I think has gone to the point where he has kind of, I would say he's a better person. He's still the same Batman, just a little bit tweaked, you know, in some kind of way, because he was dark, but Damian put in like a kind of a difference between Batman and him, because Batman or Bruce can't be dark no more. Robin or Damian Wayne is the dark one now. Bruce has to lighten up just a little bit, not too much, to the point where he's different, like Dick Grayson. You know, he's not Dick, he's still Bruce. He just has to lighten up a tone a bit for Damian to understand, you know, ideals, his ways, to be human, not to be a violent creature or monster that, you know, he was before, or Damian was before. And it's grew, you know, on Bruce too. Damian has grew on Bruce. Both of them has grown as characters. Same with Dick. And I'm kind of surprised that Grant Morrison's killing Damian. Well, I shouldn't be too surprised. None of you guys should be surprised. I would say, okay, after, you know, understanding all this, Grant Morrison has killed Knight in Batman Incorporated. And that's a spoiler, but in Batman Incorporated, he created a bunch of Batmans, or potential Batmans, in other, you know, countries and places. And Knight and Squire, he killed Knight. Squire's still alive, but he killed Knight. These are his characters. He can do as what he wishes with them. You know, he can kill Damian, and I understand. That's his character. And that's why I'm not so upset anymore, because, you know, you have to come to understanding that this is Grant Morrison's character. If he thinks Damian's done, Damian's done. In the long run, sooner or later, one day, someone's going to say, "Grant, can I bring back Damian?" Because, like I said, this is DC Comics. They'll bring these characters back somehow, one way or another. Maybe they'll bring Damian back into his original version of him, of his own character, because he can be brought back by the Lazarus Pit. You know Talia al Ghul will do it. Maybe she might, but in the long run, these two are going to be conflicted with one another. Bruce and Talia. They've been fighting over his son in Batman Incorporated. I didn't pick up, you know, the later issues because, you know, I didn't like the first issue, but I started picking it up because of Damian. Seeing him as Robin, or Batman. I really liked him, and I just want to see his character develop a bit more. And I see that Grant Morrison thinks his character has grown to, you know, this is his full development now. What is there left to do with Damian? It's left behind another writer's hands maybe later on in the future, but not right now. And I'm kind of sad, and, you know, we're just going to have to live with it. Rage all you want, but you got to understand this is Grant Morrison's character. If he wants to kill Damian, he'll kill Damian. In the future, he will come back. Don't worry. He will. Just close your eyes and imagine Damian frolicking back with the Bat family once again. But this is going to be a big, hard hit to Bruce, as he's going to be losing another Robin yet again, just like he lost Jason Todd. And this time it's going to hit him pretty hard, because this time it's his son. And I'm kind of like pondering what's going to happen next. And who is going to be the next Robin? Is it going to be a girl? Or will they bring back Damian? Or will Bruce just be dateless? Well, not dateless, but without a Robin. But always, there will always be a Robin. No matter what, there will always be a Robin. And Batman and Robin's run, I don't think is going to end. I think they're going to continue because, like I said, Batman will always need a Robin, no matter what. And it's just going to take some time for a new Robin to come out, or Damian to come back out someday. But yeah, you know, I'm kind of sad, and we'll see how Dick takes it as well. Seeing the Aftermath issue with Nightwing, I felt like right now Dick has lost a brother. He has lost someone really, really close to him. And seeing, like I said, after the events of in issue number 17 of Nightwing, I don't know how Dick's going to take it too. I think Dick's going to take it pretty hard. Same thing with Bruce. Bruce doesn't take it really hard, but Dick has had his run with Damian, and yeah. That's just my thoughts and my retrospective of Damian. This is my feelings towards his character, his whole entire character development. I hope you guys enjoy and like this, not review, but I hope you guys enjoy this talk or my thoughts on this or this video. Please let me know what you guys think on the comments below. And yeah, I hope you guys liked and enjoyed this, not review, but this talk. I've talked about Damian. But yeah, hopefully we'll see Damian again. God bless Damian. Rest in peace. I really do love you, Damian. You're an amazing guy. You're an amazing character. You're an amazing Robin. We'll see you soon. See ya, Damian.